sold 150 tickets to a movie. Some of these were child tickets, C, and the rest were adult A tickets. A child's ticket cost $7.75. An adult ticket cost $10.25. The cinema sold $1,470 worth of tickets. The following system of equations represents the scenario above. So let's take a look. We have C plus A is equal to 150. So according to these variables, we have C plus A. So C is the cost of a child's ticket, and A is the cost of adult's ticket. So this is telling me that this is the total amount of tickets sold. And then we have a second equation. This second equation says $7.75C plus 10.25A is equal to 1,470. And this here is, so 7.75 is the cost of a child's ticket, 10.25 is the cost of an adult's ticket. So this here is the total amount of money made. Total amount of money made from selling tickets. Now, I might have to erase some of this because of space, but we will see. So, the question says, solve the system of equations for A and C and determine how many child and adult tickets were sold. So we're going to use any of the methods we have found in systems. So we can either use graphing, we can put this on a graph and graph it out. We can do elimination, or we can do substitution. So there is a big preference to what you do. You can do any of these methods for this. I'm going to do this one using the elimination method. So what I can do here is I'm going to rewrite one of these equations, or both of these equations. C plus A is equal to 150, and 7.75C plus 10.25A is equal to 1,470. Now, I noticed that if I don't have any matching coefficients, but I can multiply the first equation by one of these terms in order to eliminate one of the variables. So I'm going to multiply both equations by 10.25a, or specifically negative 10.25a. Negative 10.25, because I want to distribute this to both and all of the terms here, so I can eliminate these when I combine these equations together. So let's see what happens. I can distribute negative 10.25 times c, and that's negative 10.25 c plus, or hang on, negative 10.25 times a is negative 10.25a is equal to, now we have to do negative 10.25 times 150. And that would give us negative 1,537.5. So now what I'm going to do is, I notice I now have some matching coefficients, one which is positive and one which is negative. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to combine all of these equations, or all of these terms. So I know that this right here will cancel out. positive 10.25a minus 10.25a, they cancel out. So now we have 7.75, and we're going to subtract 10.25 from it. This is giving us negative 2.5c. Where these are like terms, we combine them, and then we're going to, this is eliminated, so we're going to now subtract 1,470 minus 1,537.5. And this gives us here negative 67.5. Now what we want to do is we want to solve for c. We eliminated a, we're going to solve for c. Divide negative 2.5, negative 2.5 to both sides. And if I divide negative 2.5 to both sides, I get c is equal to 27. Now let's think, what does c equals 27 mean? So c is the cost of a child's ticket. Sorry, not the cost. C is a child's ticket. So that means that there was 27 children who bought a ticket, or where tickets were sold for. So now we want to find A. We're going to take this value and we're going to plug it back in to one of the original equations. And I will let you guys know, whenever I plug something back into an original equation to solve for it, I want to pick the equation I think is easier to work with. So I have two options here. I have c plus a is equal to 150, or 7.75c plus 10.25a is equal to 1,470. And I don't know about you guys, but this equation right here, c plus a plus equals 150, seems a lot easier than the one with the decimals and the higher numbers. So I'm going to use my first equation. C plus a equals 150. But now we know that c is equal to, let me make that look better. We know that c is equal to 27. So we're going to use and plug in 27 for c. So instead of c, we write 27 plus a is equal to 150. Now, solving for a, we have 27 plus a. So to get a by itself, we subtract 27 to both sides. So I know that 27 minus 27 cancels out. So now what I want to do is I want to subtract 150 from 27. So a is equal to 123. And ideally, guys, you're going to plug this back in to check to see if your answers are correct. But one thing I want to emphasize whenever you're doing a word problem or any math problem, but especially for a word problem, you want to write and finish in a statement. So ideally, you're going to use this and you're going to answer the question that was asked. So the question was, solve the system of equations for A and C and determine how many child and adult tickets were sold. So we're going to answer that. The amount of child or children tickets sold was 27 tickets, and the amount of adult tickets sold, that's fine, sold is, or was, 123 tickets. And that's it. That's your full credit.